Welcome back, Ram fans, and to another week of Hot or Not. Tonight, our sports director, Casey, is back to break down some more Broncos turmoil. As you can see, we're rocking our number 58 jerseys to honor Denver legend Von Miller, who was sent to the Rams today for day 2 picks in the 2022 NFL Draft. Ella and Madeline will be joining us later on to break down the MLB Gold Glove race. But first, let's talk about this move a little bit more. Casey, what is your thoughts or your initial thoughts with this trade?
I mean, this is an absolute steal for the LA Rams. A second and third round pick for the Broncos, that's fair. We're not going to get a first round pick for Vaughn. But when you look at his resume right here, Super Bowl 50 MVP, legend, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 4-time second-team All-Pro.
8-time Pro Bowler.
8-time Pro Bowler, over 110 sacks as a Bronco. And they're adding that with the best player in the league, in my opinion, with Aaron Donald. You also have guys like Ashawn Robinson. You have the best corner in the NFL with Jalen Ramsey. And that offense, if they don't win the Super Bowl, Sean McVay should get fired.
Yes, I totally agree.
I mean, he's a great coach, but...
Well, they have Matthew Stafford, too, as well. And Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league, despite being so undersized. I'm telling you, I am a Rams fan now. Of course, I love my Broncos first, but Von Miller really converted me. It really just breaks my heart. I think, like you said, it was a steal for the Rams. It really, really was. You get a second, well, the Broncos get a second and third round pick. They didn't even try to get like a linebacker or anything. Not even like.
We need players. Not
I mean,
picks.
maybe even a long shot at a quarterback. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't really like this trade at all. It seriously breaks my heart. I grew up watching Von Miller. I grew up. He was my favorite player since I was in 7th grade. You know, watching him play, it's one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen. But what do you think? What does this mean for the Broncos moving forward?
Yeah. What this means for Broncos country moving forward is, at least for me, we can get a decent second-round pick and a nice third-round pick. We get some draft capital. It's nice for the draft. I think at this point you're looking at a 4-4 football team that barely beat a terrible Washington team.
Yep.
We're not making the playoffs this year. It's time to rebuild, and to do that, it's through the draft and through some free agency moves, so it's basically through the draft. And so I think George Payton was like, I have no sentimental attachment to this guy. Elway is not the GM anymore. I have no attachment to this guy. This is my player, and he got something for him. He's also in the last year of his deal as well, which makes sense to get something for him. So I do get that aspect of it, but for me, the sentimental attachment to Vaughn, he's the second to last guy left from that Super Bowl 50 squad. Now McManus is the only guy left. Our kicker is the only guy left from that squad, and it's a little much for me to give him up for some picks. Not even a player, but some picks for guys that are not even close to be as good as Vaughn. If we can get a pass rusher with a second-round pick. But
it is so nice he's on a Super Bowl contender team. Honestly, I really like that for him because I hate to say this. I really do. These last 5 years of being a Bronco fan has been the worst since 1960 to 1972 when they had 13 losing seasons straight. But under Pat Bowlen in those 30-plus years, they only had 5 losing seasons in those 30 years.
Unacceptable.
And now we're going on to 5 losing seasons in a row. This is unacceptable.
Peyton was the glue that held everything together, and now that he's gone, Elway is showing his true colors, and he's not a good GM.
This is just a ripple effect from even, we can count it back from 2012 to now. I know we had great teams back then, but honestly, I really think the Broncos just honestly need better. It's seriously the most sad thing. It breaks my heart.
We're a proud franchise, so we're not looking like
And I know other Bronco fans are also sad to see one of the most beloved players in franchise history go this abruptly. I mean, his last game wasn't even at home, and he got hurt in the second quarter. And it looks like Vaughn is sad to not retire a Bronco as well. Take a look.
I always have Super Bowl 50. Seeing the pictures when I was walking out, it just made me tear up. But we always got Super Bowl 50. I always got Broncos country, and just keep going.
Yeah, Brendon. I think my main point here is Rams, Super Bowl or bust. They're better than the Cardinals. They beat the Bucs already. Matthew Stafford's going to get that first ring. And first playoff win, he didn't even win one with the Lions because the Lions are complete garbage. But I think he's going to get that first ring, and that's awesome for Vaughn. He gets a second ring. I would love to see that for Vaughn. He really deserves it. After everything we put him through the last 5 years, I think he deserves it.
I hope he gets another Super Bowl MVP. That would be awesome, and it would just show all the Broncos organization that how they made a mistake on this trade.
Right, and I think with him being 1-1, now that Aaron Donald's there, he's going to eat. He's going to eat.
He's going to have a great season. But we'll just have to see which team wins this trade. For both of us on desk, thank you so much, Vaughn, for all you've done as a Bronco. Seriously, you're one of the best players. You're the reason we won Super Bowl 50. But now in more uplifting news, the Gold Glove Award is about to be handed out in the MLB. Ella and Madeline, what do you think about that one?
Thanks, Brendon. So, Ella, I know that you don't really agree with me here, but I think in the AL for right field, Joey Gallo's got it in the bag.
Trying to avoid all bias in this situation is almost physically impossible, considering Joey is not my favorite person in the MLB.
And why? Because he's on the Yankees?
Yeah. But I know he is coming off a Gold Glove last year, but watching him this season, he just did not have the same talent, the same plays, that same highlight reel that he did last season, and I don't think he deserves it. And in saying that, I think Hunter Renfroe does.
Really? You think that the guy leading in errors at his position, deserves it more than a guy who is 4th highest in defensive runs saved in the outfield right now?
You can call me crazy, but I do. Hunter Renfroe tied 16 outfield assists. And yes, I know that 12 number in the errors category seems a little terrifying, but who's to say what an error actually is anyway? How are you going to say that an error doesn't help a team necessarily on defense? But here is my real points for why Hunter Renfroe should take that award. In the beginning of the season, the Red Sox were a little iffy defensively. Arguably throughout the whole season, they were iffy defensively. And he is one of the reasons we continue to pull through win after win. His highlight reel was insane. He was consistently a glue in that outfield that helped that team defensively get to that 90-win season.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like you got to look at the numbers here, and I understand that Joey Gallo was a Ranger for most of the season, and the Rangers are not a very strong team, so you don't have to be that good to look good there. But then he went to the Yankees, and he was still one of the top outfielders on their team, and they have a deep outfield. I'm not talking about actually deep. We've all seen that right field wall. We know it's not deep that way, but deep as in they have a lot of good players. And so I definitely think that Joey Gallo's got this one on the bag.
That does bring up one of my main points, though. Yankee Stadium is so much easier to be an outfielder in than Fenway Park. Red Sox outfield continues to impress with that complicated wall, the monster, but Yankee Stadium, it's just meh. You can be a good outfielder in Yankee Stadium by just standing there and letting the pop flies come to you.
I understand that, but you also got to take into account that he did play most of the season in Texas, and that's a huge outfield.
But when they made it to the postseason, that wild card game, he was on the Yankees. And that didn't work out so hot.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's okay. I still think that Joey Gallo's going to get it. And you know who else I think is going to win a Gold Glove? Ryan McMahon. I don't want to say 100% sure, but I want him to win. How do you feel about that?
I wish I could agree with you. I want the Gold Glove to stay in Colorado, but I just can't. I think Arenado is going to take it with him to St. Louis. He is coming off 8 straight Gold Glove wins, and I know this season didn't necessarily compare defensively stat-wise for him, but I think a veteran with the Gold Glove like that, he continues to impress even after the trade. I mean, that man is a vacuum. And when I say vacuum, nothing gets past him. Double plays, hard ground balls. His cannon is consistent. He deserves that Gold Glove.
Oh, trust me. I know firsthand, better than anybody, how good Nolan is. And yeah, he's incredible, but I don't know if you saw some of the stuff that Ryan McMahon did this season, but it was Nolan, like, +2. It was so good. And some of the tags he made, him and Elias Diaz as a pair, incredible. The tags they made should not have happened. And he did that. Oh, it was insane. There was this one catch. It was against the Phillies. Line drive, way in foul territory. Lays out, grabs the ball, gets it. Insane. He was literally the best third baseman in baseball. When you look at it stats-wise, he had 22 defensive runs saved, which was the highest in all of baseball, as well as 303 assists. And he had the highest fielding percentage at .979. What did Nolan have? .974. That's what I thought. Ryan, you're getting the glove. It's staying in Colorado. And well, that's all we have for you tonight, Rams. But we'll see if Brendon's Braves can finish things out in Game 6 of the World Series tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.